Welcome back to Junk Jaw Resellers Podcast. I'm Jay.
And I'm Ray. Thank you for joining us, guys.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We do got some news today, don't we, Ray?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we are done. It's over.
It's over.
We're not buying anymore for the rest of the year.
We're not. You thought you were going to get rid of that easy. We're not buying anymore for the rest of the year. We can't. We don't have to. But,
there's no more room. We realize, I think, it's crazy because we both realize getting ready for the holidays and stuff like that it's not going to work, with trying to set up Christmas decor, clean up the house or whatever. Like it was a pain. It was a lot, at least for me, because and I know it was a little bit for you too, because like we both, it's kind of crazy. We both like said that we're done, like for the rest of the year.
No, the rest of the year, no more, no more.
Yeah,
I'm finished. I don't have the room. Plus, I just want my whole house as a whole back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let my stuff stay in one spot, and that's the end of it. Just to kind of get my brain worked out too. Just is what it is.
I think that's one of the most difficult things about reselling is that like people think it's so easy and it's like everything's going to sell like quick, or you're even going to have all the time in the world to list all this stuff like really quickly, and it's not that easy. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of work, and I mean, just to find the motivation to do it every single day sometimes can be tough. Be consistent, and when you're not consistent, then you fall back. But it's so easy. The big thing is it's so easy to buy or get more items than you can actually, handle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're not roaring and ready and motivated every single day, you're not going to list everything every single day, and you're going to wind up buying more than you list.
It's impossible to even list everything. That if you can easily go out there, because we've talked about this before, how easy it is to get stuff. It is incredibly easy to find stuff to sell. People think it's not, but it is really easy. I mean, it's not going to be, I'm saying, like the big home run hitters every single time, but you can find stuff to make money on. There's no question that's like, it's very easy. Mm-hmm. But to be able to consistently like and just get all of it up very quickly, that's not easy.
It's not.
You know what I mean?
It's not.
You can't buy extra time. You can pay somebody to do the job, but there's a lot of things about that too. But I can't really create another me. That's part of the issue with that. But it's a lot. And I think we both got to that point where we just have way too much crap. And our wives are not happy about it either.
They're not. And you know what? It's to that point. I feel the same way, I guess, as my wife does a little bit. I'm just, let's start getting rid of the stuff that we have already before,
Yeah.
And I do like things being organized because I feel like I know what I have, what I'm working with, what I can do in the future. I have room to maybe expand like my whatever area I'm working in to keep things going and create a plan of attack. And with it being the way it was now and maybe within the next couple of months, I might not even buy to the end of January.
Yeah.
I might not buy anything. Maybe just all winter. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, in my mind, I knew it was going to slow down anyway with the winter coming up because my main source is pretty much flea market. And most of the good vendors that I used to buy off of inside, they're not there anymore. Mm-hmm. They're retired, they disappeared, or they moved out and have a store somewhere else. So over the years, like I have nobody really in there that I'm really interested in buying off of, and I really don't want to stand out in the cold digging through boxes of stuff. That's not me. Like I can't, and I don't need to, right now, definitely. But I I guess I was thinking or preparing myself, and that's why I kept buying so much. I'm like, it's going to slow down, and I'm going to have like a month or two of not really doing anything. But I went way overboard, and I already had a death pile. So it's almost like I created 3 times my death pile that I
Right.
really had.
Right. So in your death pile now, how long do you think you could go before you have to buy another thing?
Oh my god, I really think that and I don't like to say this, but I might be able to go a year if
Yeah.
or close to it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of items in there. There's a lot of small stuff. I mean, I like to buy smalls, and then some things it takes time because it's stuff that needs to be tested, like electronics, which I'm kind of mostly slowed down on buying. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know. It could definitely be a while. What about you? How long do you think?
I think I can go a year or a
Yeah,
year and a half, maybe.
yeah.
Quite possible. Yeah.
I mean, my idea was too because I was also buying. Remember, I was buying um, basically because like the toy show, and I had that vintage like booth I was gonna have the car show, everything. So I was expecting that product to move, which it did not as quickly, And I need another outlet. I really
Yeah.
have needed that for a long time, and I made it much worse because then I put all that on myself. But I don't know, it's
Yeah.
weird. My battery on I don't know. It said like is it well the percentage you see on there, is that the battery or what is that?
That's the battery.
Okay, because it went from like 99% down to 78 and then shot all the way back up to 98.
Wow.
I'm like, what the heck? We might have technical difficulties
He's got a
because
haunted phone.
so just bear with us. When we logged on, remember it was before Jay hit the record button. Uh, I basically got kicked out of the app, and so we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
how this goes. So just bear with us if we have to have a momentary break or something like that
Yeah.
in our
Momentary lapse
broadcast.
of coverage.
Yes. But
We'll
yep.
be,
Yep.
that's cool. So I think maybe we're going to move on to a new segment here. Ray's reselling news. News.
All right. Yep. And you just again you just threw this on me because guys, I have a list every week. Okay. I have a list of stuff that I try to touch base on and go through. Jay's like, oh, we just come up with this news. It's not organized like that. So I'm
It's
sorry.
not organized.
So all right. Well, I'm just gonna get something that off of here. Well, actually, it's not even on my list, and I meant to put it on there, but I'm gonna talk about Puma. What the heck is going on with Puma? They're on this whole tirade of just taking off people's listings on eBay, saying they're counterfeit and all. And I've seen so many things. Nobody's faking Puma.
No.
Nobody is. And I mean, I bought their shoes. I actually had bought a pair earlier this year for $20 in Ross at Ross. Like nobody's faking $20 pair of shoes. Nobody. Like get over yourself.
Really? I
um.
mean, so what? I guess my understanding is they're pulling stuff down because
Yeah. Well, that's
they don't
really what
want
it
you to
is.
resell the product.
Yeah. So that's basically what it is. But they say each one says that they're trying to claim it's counterfeit, which is bullcrap.
That's crap.
Um. But yeah, the whole thing is really they just don't want anybody reselling their stuff at all. Whether it's brand new or used, I believe it's you don't put it on there. I mean, there's a lot of companies or just overall stuff like this going on lately. Remember, Depop had the whole Redskins thing going on where they just all of a sudden, years after they got rid of the Redskins, saying Washington Redskins are no longer a team, and I think there was a couple apps or whatever, a couple platforms that said no, like Bonanza said no to Redskin stuff, but um, Depop has allowed it for a while, and then there's like, nah, we don't want it anymore. So they removed everybody's Redskins stuff. So it's kind of similar, but
which is crazy. I mean, they're talking about maybe they're trying to look for maybe bringing the Redskins name back.
yeah,
I don't know how I don't know how it's going to work.
I
I mean,
know.
but
I
everybody that I know, they like the Redskins name. I know some
well,
Indians
yeah.
too. They don't have any. There's
It's
nothing against the Redskins name.
it's one of these things. It's just a confusing and such controversial topic that I think it's just tough. Like I think generally because we live so close, and it's part of our like history kind of around this area, and even like because they're just down the beltway from us, they're not far. I think with all that it's we want that, and we enjoy, I guess, having that whole kind of rivalry, and it's not even the same. I think since they've changed the name, it's like it's
Yeah,
the
it's not
man.
the same. Yeah.
And it's different too. So when a lot of people don't know when the Baltimore Colts left Baltimore, where do you think the fans went to? They became Washington Redskins fans. You know,
Yep.
I know my dad. I found an old picture of him wearing a Redskins jacket. I'm like, you traitor. It's like,
I
what are
mean,
you
but
going to
they
do?
had no other team.
Yeah, exactly. But all right. So we'll go on talking about. Let's see the next news. Oh, so eBay has been ramping up their commercials. I don't know if you've seen any commercials lately. I guess probably because of the holidays and everything. Um, it really seems like they kind of know their market finally. You know how for a long time they used to just compete. It used to be like you're competing with Amazon all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They're specifically saying like vintage, like pre-loved items and stuff like that in their commercials. So they starting to understand and know like, hey, that's where our market is. Amazon can't really touch real vintage items. You know what I mean? Vintage is popular, just overall like our antiques and that kind of stuff. Vintage antiques, like Amazon, that's not their market. They're primarily, I mean, they're primary new goods, but they're also, I mean, there are some pre-owned stuff on there, that people sell, but it's nothing like eBay. Like they're specifically known for pre-owned items mostly. So I thought that was kind of cool. I keep seeing all the commercials, and I feel like excited because I'm like, finally.
Well, not only that, it gives us, hopefully it brings a new clientele to eBay that they
Yeah,
haven't touched.
I mean, Etsy they've allowed vintage items on there for a while now, not just craft, handmade items, but they allow vintage items on there. And I think with that being said, I think eBay's just realizing that their place. I mean, you can still sell new items on eBay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think maybe it's just they're realizing more of their market is a pre-owned.
Yeah,
Because you can't, stuff that you can't get at a generally like any store. Amazon is filled with items that you can get at a lot of different places, at your local Walmart or whatever. eBay can generally be, I feel like, a lot of stuff you can't just get at your normal store like Walmart.
I'm sure it's stuff they don't sell any longer.
Yep.
Closeouts and
Yep.
just things that people just they loved before and now they can get again.
Yep. I think. See, that's how short my news was this week. I mean,
That's all right.
like if it's actual news, I have personal things I was gonna talk about, like that I was dealing with, but that's not news.
Well, I
That's
tell you
my
what.
business.
Thank you for joining Ray's Reseller News. Until next time.
Yep. Whenever news is breaking.
Whenever news is breaking, he's on it. I've
Yeah.
seen him at the flea market with a camera on it, microphone,
Yeah.
interviewing people.
I need to hire a cameraman. Like,
Yeah,
gonna hold up a microphone and
sir, can I see your credentials?
yeah, put me out there in that hurricane weather reporting reselling
Yeah.
this. Get hit with a
Re-
flying stop sign.
I was gonna say that, like the flying stop
Yeah.
sign.
Well, maybe I did. Maybe you know what? We got hit with the flying stop sign. Stop buying. That
Stop
was the
buying.
message.
Stop. That's cool though.
Yeah.
But you know,
But ooh, I got cha-ching.
cha-ching. I love it.
Tie lot. Something I've had for a long time. It's just these ties that I put together in a lot that weren't selling before. Took them off, relisted them into a lot, and I only got there was 6 ties. I got $12, so it was like $2 a tie.
Well, I mean,
But
there's
I got my
nothing wrong
money
with that.
back. Honestly, that's really what it came down to.
I don't mind lotting stuff up that stuff that's not selling,
Yeah,
and to throw it in a lot and
I mean,
get it.
yeah, you got to mark it down, get it out somehow.
Yes, I got another bad feedback this week.
Oh
Got
God.
another bad feedback this week. And let me. I want to. I'd like to. Let me pull it up. I want to read it to you.
Okay.
I really do. I just this. I
Now I don't. Great, because I was going to talk about a neutral. I almost don't even want to talk about my neutral.
Well, here it is. It's terrible. It's a terrible feedback, and I feel bad. I feel like I like. That's not me at all.
What, did you ruin
Sold
somebody's Christmas already?
I've sold a lot of things in my life, and I've never really. It says this person sent me a broken item. Be wary of sellers such as these when listing an item as used that is not equivalent to broken. The back of the head of this figure, it's a Batman figure,
Okay.
is completely detached from the figure's body. It was pulled up and off. The only thing holding it in place is the front neck part. My son was devastated. These are the disreputable snake oil sellers who continually give eBay a bad reputation. My advice, do not do business with this person. They know they sold a broken item. I had no clue I sold a broken item, for one.
Yeah. You don't know unless they reach out to you, and that's not. I just hate that that's the way that a lot of buyers just want to handle it. I
Yeah.
get it's because they're infuriated, but I guess that's one of the things I like about Mercari or Poshmark, that if there's an issue, because they know once they rate you, it's done deal. Like, they can't go back from that. But like, they'll either message you or they're going to contact Poshmark or Mercari, and it gets handled that way. eBay needs to put a system in place where the feedback isn't like the way we find out that something got messed up.
Yeah, I agree, but my pictures don't show a broken item, and I usually look over my items to see if there's anything wrong with it. I'd let you know. Not only that, I sold it for $3.99. I wouldn't, if it was broke, I typically wouldn't even sell a $3.99 item. I really wouldn't. I would definitely just give your money back to you.
Was it the football passer at the the post office?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say his name.
It could be, but it wasn't. He could have. He just tossed it and hit the wall. But I mean, that could have happened. But
yeah,
or your devastated little son probably yanked the head on it. He could have done it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, but I would have given your money back to you.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So that's just odd that they would do that. What I would do generally in that situation, it's tough because you're irritated too, because the way they just came off very angrily, which I understand. If you arrive an item that's broken, you have every right to be mad, but you have to realize that you have to communicate it better to get a resolution that you want. Like, if you would have said something, they would have said something to you. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Feel free to return it, and I'll give you a full refund. Done deal."
I would have actually just don't even send it back. I would have actually just get a full refund.
Yeah. Well, see, that's where it's tough though. Because we both know that.
I know, but if he would have sent it back, it would cost me more money than what even.
Yeah, sometimes like that. I mean,
So like,
yeah.
I mean, I can agree. So even though I don't agree with it because I got the pictures to show that it wasn't broken,
Hmm.
I check over the item. I know I would be,
And it was just
but they,
plastic.
yeah, it was like a plastic little Batman, but they showed a picture of the back of the head kind of tilted forward.
Hmm.
I mean, come on, man. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know.
and
I
then
mean,
the other bad feedback I got is for that Bop It, and I told them go ahead and return it. They've never returned that Bop It,
yeah,
so they only have like 4 days or something left to return the Bop It to me. They're not returning that Bop It. There was
no,
nothing wrong with it. It was 100%,
yeah,
batteries, whatever.
yeah. No, I get it. Now, see, this I don't even want to talk about my neutral.
Oh my! Yeah, I don't even want to talk about non-neutrals either. My neutral is product's great. I got 3 neutrals. Product's great. The other one says item just as described, and
Yeah,
the third one like the post office delivered it late. What?
yeah. Well, that's not. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
mine.
it shouldn't even be neutrals.
Yeah, mine's just complete idiocracy. Um,
What'd yours say?
so I sold some measuring cups. Like they were like a metal, like kind of almost like pewter style looking
Mm-hmm.
measuring cups, and the largest cup, the one cup actually all around the rim, like it was dented, like I could tell it was like bent and everything like that. Showed it in the pictures, said it in the description. They weren't happy at all because of that. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up. They said
And you showed it off in the pictures and
yes,
the description.
yes. So I put it in the pictures. Like I even had a zoomed in pic. Plus, there was another issue with that one cup. The handle, well, on the handle on it, there's like a little like hanging hook type thing or something like that, and that was kind of broken a little bit. So this is what they said. They said the largest measuring cup was bent badly, but I only needed one of the smaller ones to complete my set. I only mention this since maybe a box would have worked better. This purchase still gave me the best option. The listing and the pictures were accurate.
What?
If they were accurate, then you should have known.
Then yeah. What? That you know. So, don't
Yeah,
be a stupid buyer, please, and don't treat these sellers like And we're out here.
yeah,
We'll try to resolve the problem.
yeah,
We will, but
yeah.
that's just idiot. That's idiotic. It really is.
It is. It really, really is.
There's no problem. There's no problem at all.
No. Yeah. So I literally, I don't usually reply, but I did reply. I said, we appreciate your business. However, we did not only picture, but also listed in our description that the largest measuring cup was indeed bent. Please always see photos and read description on all listings. Thank you again and enjoy. Glad we could help you with the rest of your set. So I still, I'm still professional in my response. As much difficulty there is sometimes, it's very hard to stay professional, but I had to because it's frustrating. At least, I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't a negative. And that's why I said I don't even want to talk about my neutral because you're having a really rough time. And
I'm like, it's two negatives within almost 30 days.
yeah,
I don't think I've ever gotten 2 negatives in 30 days ever.
yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, that's the first those negative. That's the first negative I've got. Those 2 negatives, the first negative I got in I can't tell you how long. Oh, hi, 100%.
I'm not even going to talk about it because I don't want one. So I'm not mentioning it.
Yeah, good.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I think that's when I happened when I started mentioning feedback. I
Yeah.
got hit with
Well,
two
it
negatives.
looks like on for a while, the reseller leftovers, they were having their episodes and they would mention mention a return, and then just like every week return, they got like a return of the week.
Yeah, that's return of the week. Man, these people are something else, man.
Oh
I
yeah, yep,
just something. I got this guy now, He-Man. So I gave him a great deal on He-Man, right?
yeah,
And I told him, I said, when he first started, he goes, "Would you take some? And if I do that, would you combine shipping and all that?" I said, "What I like to do is, if I send you a deal, I'll set it all up. I'll combine shipping." I said, "When I go to ship them, I'll just give you the refund amount instead of sending you an invoice."
Yeah.
Which is no problem. I do that for everybody. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I've never sent an invoice. So he's like, "Okay, that's fine." So he buys a bunch of them. And I gave him a really good deal, like 40% off.
Yeah.
He buys a bunch, and then he goes, "Well, I'll wait until you send me an invoice. I'm not. I don't want you to do that." I'm like, "Oh man, you know what? This guy's getting on my nerves." Because, but I do want to buy some more.
Yeah.
So he finds the most expensive He-Man, sends offers for like 80% off. I'm like, this guy, he's really getting on my nerves. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Then he hits me back up about an hour ago and says, "Hey, are you going to send me that invoice or what?" I can't even answer the guy. These people
Yeah.
make me so frustrated.
But
Right
did he? But did he pay? Like, well, no, he didn't pay. But
He
the
didn't pay
order's
anything.
in there. He just hasn't paid yet, right? Because
Right.
he's waiting for an invoice.
Yep.
Well, I mean, but the expensive one isn't in there, right?
No, I'm not
Yeah.
accepting
Yeah.
$5
Well,
for.
at the end of the day, I'd still send him an invoice.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I should, but I don't feel like it.
Because he could still leave you. Couldn't he still leave you a negative feedback for not?
I think he can.
Yeah, I would do it. You don't want another one.
I don't want another one. That's all I need is a 3.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just apologize. I wasn't sure if you were done shopping yet, and just send him an.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I will do that because he can do that.
Yeah.
Even though I told him in the thing that I was going to send it a certain way, then okay.
Yeah, I know, but hey, as much as we hate this, but the customer is always right.
I know.
It's the worst.
I know. Sometimes I want to choke him.
So, I know because we took last week off. So technically, sorry guys for the delay.
Sorry for the delay.
Because you posted the new episode today.
Today.
Posted.
Yeah.
All right. So, because some of this stuff was, I think, stuff I wanted to talk about last week. I had it all written down. They're like, "Oh no, we're not going to do it today."
We've been so busy though.
I know. I can't complain because
then I was out, and then
I know.
Then we had the Friendsgiving thing that you
Yep.
did, went over Ray's house, and he had some cool games.
Yeah.
This football table game, that was cool. I am now going to use that for my events at my house.
Yeah.
Or my daughter's house or something.
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's easy.
Fun
to set up and. Yep.
It was cool.
Yep. All right. So there's this guy that I started following on Instagram, and I cannot believe. I don't know. It's crazy to me, his whole approach to this. Now he's cold calling for vintage, basically, in a way, but it's an in-person cold call. He walks around, no lie, with flyers at places like Bingo and Cracker Barrel with a flyer saying, "Hey, I'll look for old clothes." He's even like just going on after like the older ladies or older men that are out there and just saying, "Hey, even if you need help moving something." Like trying to offer help, but I'm like, this is crazy. Like, it's brilliant in a lot of ways because you're getting in there before the estate sale.
Absolutely.
That's terrible to say. I shouldn't have said that.
But that's true. It's like, wow. Before anybody gets a hold of
it. It's tough because I don't know. I mean, if they want to sell it, it's a way. I mean, if they want to sell it, that's fine, and advertising. But I think I don't know, some of that's just a little odd approach. But it's cool. Like, I think it's smart at the same time.
It's a way to get.
Uh,
It's a way to get it out there. I mean,
and it's not
you
picked up.
imagine if somebody can do it better and get it, why not?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's almost like one of those things too. Like you've seen like I don't not family members, but like other people when outside like taking care of somebody's parents or something like that, and then them basically getting like a portion of whatever the will or something. You know, that's kind of it's not that, but I just feel like it's very close to that line. Like you're getting your foot in the door, and you're because they might sell you stuff that maybe in the end, like somebody else close to them actually maybe would have wanted. Like I don't know.
Well, that's I think that's just pulling hairs because I tell you, have you had anybody die that you had to take care of their stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean we helped Jackie's grandmother like when she'd passed. Like we helped pretty much try to get rid of everything in the house.
And a
Um,
lot of it was, I tell you, a lot of stuff's crap. A lot of
yeah,
stuff's hard to move. And at that
that,
time, sometimes you want to get rid of it and maybe not think about
true.
having
Yeah,
having to sell it or having. And you
yeah,
never know what that money could do at that time for like
that's
people's
true.
medications, people's this. So
Yep,
I think you could look at it two. You could look at it two separate
true,
ways.
true.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean, he is being nice about it. Like, you know, even saying that if you need help moving anything, they need help moving anything, or I think he even joked, he's like, I'll bring your grandson for the day.
Yeah, be a separate day. But
But
there's nothing.
it's smart. Like, I mean, I gotta give him credit. I think it's just maybe it's just I'm just uneasy about because over the line what I feel comfortable doing. You know, maybe
Yeah.
that's what it is. I feel like it's a little putting a little pressure on somebody not really. I mean, they could just say no. They're they're
Yeah.
they're old enough and wise enough to know a lot of times that
See, but I look at it that way. There's a lot of times people nowadays don't look at what in-person selling can do. Yeah,
mhm.
basically that's just in-person selling. You're selling
Yeah,
yourself so you could buy.
yeah,
And I did that when I had a business a long, long time ago, and I used to go door to door. And I tell you, I maybe one of the smartest things I've ever done was go door to door. I got so much business. One person talks to another person,
yeah,
and next thing you know, you're working on the whole block. And I think if he gets in with a neighborhood where most people are say 50 to 70
yeah,
whatever years old, and he's like, listen, this guy's willing to take over this, or give me a
mm,
couple dollars, or
yeah,
things. And the next friend's going to know, and the next friend's going to know,
yeah.
and the next friend's going to know, and next thing you know, he's done
Oh
built up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I mean, I try to do that. Like with somebody, I have people that ask, well, especially during the pandemic and stuff. But when people would just message me and ask me if I would buy stuff, because I during the pandemic I had made posts about me buying stuff because it was hard to go get stuff anyway. But and throughout like afterwards a little bit, I had people still selling stuff to me. But whenever they would message me, I'd just do my best to try to take everything. You know, that's the idea. Like I'm trying to help them clear out. That's you know, I guess it's the same way I was doing it almost, just in a different manner, but not in person, but just over text. I would just have them send me pictures. I'm like, okay, I'll figure out the price. I'll give them an offer. Especially because a lot of stuff they were probably just going to donate it or something. I would advertise in my posts a lot of times, like, hey, before you take it to Goodwill or donate
Yeah.
somewhere, I'll literally take everything. Um, you might be able to get some cash for it or something. So that's a good way to put it too. If you can beat people from taking it to the thrift store, because a lot of people don't even want to. The thing is that the only thing before the thrift store is yard sales or flea markets,
Yeah.
and a lot of people aren't going to do all that. They don't want to take the time to do that. So if somebody can just come in and just like, okay, I'll buy everything.
Yeah. And they don't have to worry about moving it. Someone else
Yep.
can move it. It's a really time saver.
Yeah.
I think that guy is doing. I think this guy's doing a heck of a service. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a service,
Yeah.
and not
No,
that it's helping. It may be helping other
I
people,
just,
but it's also
I just think
helping.
it's fun. Like, man, this guy's going to bingo.
Yeah, why not? That's awesome. And
It is. Yeah.
it really is. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
And I'm talking about, I didn't even say who it was. It's Quinn Vintage. No, Quinted Vintage. That's who it is. So
Quentin Vintage.
yes, if you guys see him on Instagram, check him out. Quintage Vintage.
What state's he at?
I
In
have no idea. I don't think I watched that far or figured out
hmm.
that, but it's really interesting. Like I just think it is cool. It like I said, I guess the only thing about it, maybe it's just more than what I would do. More than I'm comfortable with. Let's see. So, have you ever had uh any issues with like listing Nintendo items anywhere?
Never.
Tell me why. Poshmark, every time I list a Nintendo item, it wants me to certify the listing.
What?
Every Nintendo item I list. I have no idea why. It could be I listed a pin on there or earlier or something like that. I think a pin and a Nintendo plush. It doesn't even matter. It's just like because it's Nintendo, I need to certify that it's real.
How do you certify it?
You just click certify, like accept it or something, like because they're trying to control people from
Fake.
selling. Yeah,
Wow. Well, that's more like that's more games.
yeah, but
And
I don't do that on eBay. Like they don't like, hey,
yeah.
make sure you're not selling a fake game.
Well, they have people that's supposed to go around on eBay and look for games that are fake and then pull them off.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I've had it.
let's get into this then. What's a way that games are faked?
Oh wow. Okay. Well, you most of the times by the labels, you can tell the label of the game it's fake. You know, the DPI is a little different. The color's always off.
Mm-hmm.
The most times you'll look at the little Nintendo seal of approval, and
Mm-hmm.
it'd be a lot different. Instead of like spiked, it'd be kind of more like of a rounded edge. You could always tell by the color. And then when you open the game up, you'll tell by the board. The
Okay.
board have, the board to have a certain. But a lot of people aren't faking too many games as low end games. It's more of high end stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you go into like the Game Boy and the Pokemon games, you'll take a look at the Game Boys. The front of their, you want to take a look at the front of theirs. So the label is always the first thing that is off. But in the front, and on the Game Boy games, GBA games, and whatever, they'll have an indentation, a number indentation on the front. Always look for that front number indentation. And then if the game is a certain game like yellow or blue or fire red, always look at the case on it because when you turn the case around on those games, even the color of the case can be off, and or the label on the back can be bad. Now they'll do Nintendo 64 games, and the only really way you could tell by them are if you take the board apart and then make sure there's Nintendo and all of the signs of the board is on there. But you have to pay attention to the labels because on eBay they'll sell so many fake N64 games. I mean,
Really? Wow.
they're just fake rampant. I can't believe they're still in there selling them,
Wow.
and they just sell them. They're rampant. They probably sell more Mario 64 fake games than they do real games.
I mean, do you think most sellers are gonna take it apart, to check before they sell?
Nope, they're not.
I mean, that is difficult. I don't think I can say I probably never have, but I don't usually come across too many of them anymore. It's hard.
No,
It's getting harder to find. I feel like N64.
it absolutely is. But there are people out there still buying. Like I had some repro games that I took to the flea market over the summer, and there's people that bought them just because even told them they're repros. They didn't care, and I sold them for like $15 a piece. And
I mean,
as
as long as they can play them, you know what I mean. I guess that's
long as you can play them,
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, that's what it is. I mean, if somebody can offer a cheaper, comparable option, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I mean, why do you think, I feel like most people out there, it's crazy to say this, but at least a lot of people that I know and see that wear NFL jerseys, they're actually fake.
Right.
And it's because not really anybody wants to spend, well, now it's like even more like 100, I think it's $120 for the screen print jerseys, but if it's like stitched, I know it's like crazy.
It's crazy.
But like nobody wants to spend like $100 to $200 on a jersey.
Yep.
That I mean, even when I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods, they would say like because we had to watch out for when Ray Rice had his whole thing, the whole elevator incident, with his wife. We took back any Ray Rice jersey, and I was pretty much in charge of figuring out the fakes because I could tell I knew the most about them and everything. But I remember the one manager saying, what did he say? He said that because most people aren't gonna buy $100 to $200 jersey or whatever because they just want a cheap jersey that they can spill their beer on and not worry about it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Doesn't matter. You have your nachos or something. Heck, the last time I went to a Ravens game, my wife spilled whole soda all over me.
Oh man, that don't make for a fun time.
I was so mad. Oh man.
Yeah, well, they have these nice looking like you go on TikTok shop, and they have this website you go on and think that they're selling for like $35, $45, and the jerseys they're they're bootlegs, but
Yeah,
they
but
don't look bad.
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of jerseys I've had are they're bootlegs, and it's kind of it's tough because I mean, would I like to buy a real jersey? Yeah, but I mean, if there's obvious cheaper options that these companies could do, they're choosing not to. You know what I mean? They would sell way more, even more jerseys if they did that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, unless it's just the whole race down to the bottom type thing, because somebody's always going to try to undercut them.
Yeah, I guess these companies all has to pay licensing fees and stuff like that. I guess.
Yeah, but which is crazy. I know, like when I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods, we did not make much on the jerseys. I think we went for the $100 jerseys. We paid like 75 or $80 a piece for them, and so that's only leaving $25 or whatever it is. You get a customer comes in and wants to use a $10 coupon, you're making even less. They got to pay me to ring it up.
Yep.
Put it in a bag and all this stuff. You had to pay somebody to put it out on the shelf. I mean, it's a lot.
People come in there and start stealing the stuff, and
yep.
The whole batch of jerseys, you wouldn't make any money off the whole batch of jerseys.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. Oh man, especially I know it's gotten so much worse nowadays with theft.
Oh yeah,
they got to worry about. And I mean, we were worried before when I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods, or even like a lot of other companies. Like you have these professional thieves, they come in and be like a whole group of them. It's like that flash mob.
Yep.
Like they just come in and steal everything, and
like and you can't stop them from going out the door either. It's like no, gotta let it go.
I mean, I guess that this one of the fair things with as a reseller, we don't have to worry about that like that. Somebody stealing a whole bunch of stuff from you at one time. Like we get hit here and there. It's if we own a physical location, you could get a group of people come in and just basically clean your whole store out. How many times us living, so close to Baltimore City, how many businesses in Baltimore City during the riots and all this stuff, they got completely cleaned out. Gone. Like, I mean, I could not deal with that.
Yep. Destroyed their stuff, man. That's.
Yep. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's a plus that we have. We don't have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It is.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, so I know the other day I ran into you at the post office, and then you commented on my Christmas tape. So I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna say, hey, do you use any packaging material that's like Christmas themed or holiday themed?
Well, I used to, if I had a box that I used that had like, say it was like a candy bar box and like Snickers or something, just give it. I would take wrapping paper and I would wrap the boxes up with it just to cover up that was a Snickers box.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's what I used to do. But no, I really
Yeah,
don't. I
that's
don't
a no no now.
yeah, I don't use any.
Yeah,
No.
you don't want to use anything with food. But I don't know. I've been doing this whole Christmas tape. Well, I had this Christmas tape last year that I bought. It was pretty cheap, and I think it was a decent sized pack. So it's lasted me. I'll probably finish it up probably in a couple weeks, which is perfect. But it's lasted me 2 Christmases.
Wow,
So that's pretty good.
that's pretty
Um,
good.
but I used to buy other packaging too. U Pack and Ship offers. They actually. Well, I don't know if they still do, but they used to at least offer poly mailers that were Christmas themed, and then they have boxes that are like candy cane type
Hmm,
looking themed boxes. So
that's cool.
yeah, my mom used to buy all that stuff, and then I got into buying some too. And but I don't buy off U-Pack ship. It's too expensive.
Yeah, sometimes it's too expensive. I have a ton of just like boxes, like I different boxes. I shipped two video game consoles out today, and I had to make a box for them, and then
Hmm.
I had to make another box for another uh, Xbox 360 console.
Okay.
And so I'm always making boxes or something.
Hmm.
I've got like
Yeah.
80 tons of different boxes laying around, so my stuff's never like
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So you said you sold what console? Xbox.
I sold Xbox 360 console.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
What'd you get for that?
what was for parts and pieces,
Oh, okay.
but I still like to,
Yeah.
you know, to, ship it out like it's protected. I
Yeah.
did
I
sell
mean, you
two.
should. I mean, because you don't want any more parts and pieces.
Yeah, I don't want any more parts and pieces. I did sell two HD 3-in-1 Hyperkin consoles to the same guy.
Okay.
So he bought
No idea
he
what that is.
what's it'll play Sega, Super Nintendo, and
Oh,
Nintendo
oh,
games
oh,
all
okay,
in one
okay. They're
console.
one of those. I didn't
Yeah,
realize that was the name of them. I've seen, or because there, and there's some other brands that are similar to that too. I think,
Retron.
yeah, I think that's the one I
Yeah,
know. But,
Hyperkins. They makes a lot of the new controllers now that works with new controllers that work with old systems.
okay.
I bought these off of. I just listed them. They were in my death pile.
Yep.
I I um I bought them off of uh, Whatnot about a year and a half ago. So
Okay.
yeah,
It's not
I
bad.
paid $25 all in on them
You said 25.
for both of them.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a lady who had her first show, and I also bought a Nintendo 3DS from her for $40, and I got it here and it didn't, and I tried it out, and it sometimes wouldn't take the cartridges in and
Hmm.
read them, and I contacted Whatnot, and they gave me all my money back for it,
Oh wow.
and I sold and told me to keep the item, and I sold the item for like $80, not working.
80. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at one time the 3DSs are three. Well, this was a 3DX XL.
Okay.
That sometimes some of them were going for like $200, and even broke they were selling for 80, $100. So, and I just sold the game cartridge would work, and I showed it working, and I said sometimes it won't register. So it's like you got to. It's
Mhm.
probably it was just a cleaning issue, I'm sure, but I don't know how to take them apart and clean them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So,
not what you paid that
mm-hmm.
for. If you, it's understandable if you bought it knowing that it has an issue like that, and then you have to take the time to clean it and all, and you're associating the price you pay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But, but
I,
yeah,
I got a Nintendo downstairs right now. I just I took apart and cleaned the teeth on the thing. I bowled them. I bowled it in water, and I take a cartridge and run it in and out, and you pry the teeth down and up,
Okay.
so it holds the cartridge. So, and then on the board, I had a little bit of corrosion on it, and I cleaned the corrosion and I cleaned the things and I bowled it again, and now I just got to put it back together again. I think it's going to work perfect.
When you're saying you boiled the teeth on it, I don't know why I thought like a mouth guard. You know, you always have to boil a mouth guard
Yeah,
to get to fit to your teeth.
you had to fit. You had to kind of like so it fits right. That's cool
Um,
though. I mean,
yeah,
it's $100 bill. I mean, once I
that's
just
good.
put it back together.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not too time consuming. You know, that's fine.
Nah, hell, it only took me 3 minutes to take it apart, 5 minutes to bowl it, and then
Yeah,
a couple minutes to clean the board, and then it'll take me about another 5 minutes to put it back together again.
it would take me 5 hours to do all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's fun. I don't mind doing it. I put everything in place. I just got to put it back on there again.
Yeah, I get it. That's good. Now, so what was your any big sales, like really big sales you had recently?
Oh yeah, I sold buddy of mine at the flea market, Steve. He came through and he said, yeah, my store just got a Mega Man X3 in Super Nintendo for got a $95 because I think somewhat like GameStop can't sell games, used games over $100.
Hmm.
So I was like,
Didn't know.
$95? What? I was like, that's a $350 game. I'm like, dude, like I'll take it. I like call him up, tell Frank to put it in the bag. So Frank put it in the bag for me. I got out of the flea market on Saturday, and I went and bought the game.
Yeah.
I brought it home. I tested it on Monday to make sure it works, and it wouldn't play on my Super Nintendo. I took it out. I had to clean it really good. So I took it apart, cleaned it, put it back in, worked like a charm. And I listed it for. I said, well, I'm going to do a quick sale on this. I'll list it for $289.99
Mm-hmm.
with $7 shipping, and it sold in 3 hours.
Wow.
Yep.
What a flip.
Yep.
What a flip. That's crazy.
Yeah, I knew like
Sure.
he said Mega Man X3. I was like, man, that's definitely I'm going to make some money off of it.
Wow.
So it was I made quick $160.
Yeah. Hey, but
profit.
quick.
Yeah.
That's good. That's awesome.
No, so I can't complain about that.
No.
How about you?
For most part, I'd say things have been slow on eBay, but I will say I don't know why Depop is popping.
Really?
And so I had one sale that was like around $45. That wasn't, it was decent, but it was like 2 days in a row. I had like decent sales on there. I had the $45 sale on a Pioneer Woman mug tree, or no, I'm sorry, it was $40, not 45. But then I sold a $200 T-shirt on there yesterday, and it was a Star Wars Jeff Gordon brand new with tags.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah,
Yep.
that's cool.
Yeah, can't beat it. I mean, $200 for
$200.
and I think I only paid a few bucks for that.
That's what 200 for a T-shirt. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what other kind of sales that I had this week.
Like I said, I don't think I had anything too crazy. I know because we've had this is a week in between too, so there might be something even further back. Oh, I did sell another one of those BattleTech things again. A BattleTech, some kind of it says personal file. Like I don't know. I think it's just like it's not a manual or really a book, but it's some kind of piece or part of like the gameplay or something like that. But $150 and it's incomplete.
Wow.
So, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, I mean, like myself, I sold a Super Nintendo game for $100 to.
Okay.
I sold some Super C serum for your face $50. Bunch of Warhammer books. I sold a DS game for $75.
Wow.
That's a pretty decent sale. And then I had a couple $40 sales. And I sold a pair of shoes for $54. And that
Oh
plus
wow.
shipping and all, but yeah. It was Adidas size 13. But yeah, I mean it was okay. I mean sales been alright. Not too bad.
Yeah. I had one decent sale on a Babe Ruth card from 1974, and then I had to refund some of it because I don't know. I mean, I could see in the pictures he never even really, I don't think, took it out of the plastic that I wrapped it in. But he was trying to say the corner was bent or something. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't even usually do partials. But he wanted 15. He said he was asking for a $15 refund, and I'm like, that's a bit more than what I usually would do. I think what he pay. I think it was like. I think it might have been like $48 or something like that range, and like I said, he wanted 15 back, but I gave him 10 instead. I told him like it's a little more, 15's a little more,
Than what you were
yeah,
really
but
want to do. But I mean
especially
10.
because like I said, like it wasn't described as mint. Like it had like a little crease in the middle, like a slight crease or whatever. And I don't know. He did say that I should have shipped in a top layer, but it's one of those like kind of larger cards. It's like a 5x7.
Mm.
Like those top layers aren't necessarily easy to find. Um, I mean, I know I can, but they're not necessarily cheap. And then I have to, you know,
Yeah, they're not necessarily
put that
cheap at
cost.
all.
I have to put that cost into the item, and I don't know. I haven't had any issues when I've sold any cards or like postcards or anything that size. I put it in a plastic bag and then I put it between a couple pieces of cardboard.
That's what I do. Sandwich
Yeah,
them.
so I don't know how or if I did that or post whatever. I don't know, but there's a downfall. But so I lost $10 on that
No.
I had.
So you made $38.
Yeah, so it's still, I mean, it's still not bad. I don't think I paid too much for that. I might even have another one. Um, I have to look. I'll find it when I find it in my death pile because there's. I mean, how often do you buy items that you have like multiples of, but then you only want to list one? You know what I mean? You control the market when you only list one. If you list multiples, or sometimes it's a imperfection issue, and I just want to list the one because the other one has different imperfections or something.
Yep.
And so you're forced to list only one at a time, and that's what happens. And I have like I'll put it in a box or something, and I say, okay, this is all my doubles, and it goes upstairs.
I
So
know it's like
yeah, it's in that box somewhere. But
yeah.
I mean, you don't want to put everything out there at once.
No, you don't. You
Nope.
don't at all because then you want to control that market. You want to get
Yeah,
more money. And then if that
it's
sells the
too
next year,
scarce.
maybe put $5 more on it.
Yeah, yeah. That's kind of how I do sometimes with items that, especially if there isn't any one that I've seen in the past 3 years when I go on eBay's research. Um, when I do auction, like I'll do auctions. One reason I do auctions because I don't want to put them all up at once and then just sell out like that quickly. The price is
Mm-hmm.
too low. If I do the auction, not only am I kind of seeing where the market's at for it, but I'm not just cutting myself out more money by posting it all at once. I just had that with a balloon that I sold. Somebody asked me too if I had more, but it's a Fraggle Rock balloon, never used. I put it up for $15, hoping that start on auction, hoping that I'm going to get a bunch more. But then, of course, the guy that I think one of the main bidders forgot to bid because he messaged me. He's like, "Oh, I missed bidding," because he asked me questions, how I was going to ship and everything, and then he never bought it.
Oh wow.
And so it only went from like $15 to $16.50, but there was no other ones to go off of, none. So but I'm not sure. I may have another one. So, and then I'm kind of thinking because I was kind of hoping you'd get more than that. You still there?
Yeah, you got
Oh,
me.
yeah. It just says reconnecting, and it's oh, there we go. I
It
don't
just
know.
popped in, popped out. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. If I get kicked,
yeah. It just kind
uh,
of went rip, rip.
yeah. I don't know why. It's weird, but I don't know. I guess I had I was hoping to get a little more even than the $16.50 because
Yeah.
there's nothing else out there. But just because it's rare and you have the only one doesn't mean it's valuable. I put it out there. That's what somebody was willing to pay for it right then and there. But this next one, I kind of want more. Maybe should I run another auction? You think
Yeah, run another auction. Put it.
at
I'd
15
start
again?
a little higher though. I'd start at 20.
You think so?
I mean, what doesn't hurt? It doesn't hurt. I mean,
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about it. What's it? What's it? How much does it cost you to run an auction now? 25 cents.
something like that. I don't know,
That's
30
like a
cents.
quarter.
Something like that. Yeah,
I mean, what would you be happy with? Somebody would just say, "Oh, I gave you money."
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe I'll at least start at the last bit.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I truly would start at
But
19.99.
would that buyer be mad that he has to wait like a whole another week to buy it? He should have bid it the first time.
Yeah, should have been. That's your fault, buddy. You know,
Yeah, because I could
what you
say
hurt,
I
you
was
hurt
hoping
me
to
in
get
the
more.
end
Yeah, true. But I don't know.
because it's two. What makes an auction worth any valuable, if
Yeah.
anything, is two people wanting the same
Yeah.
object.
Well, there was 5 watchers, but not every single watcher is a buyer. So
There's a
I don't know
buyer.
how many of them were actually buyers
Yep.
or potential buyers. I mean, for some, who knows? It's just if there's no other ones to compare off of, maybe it was already kind of priced higher than what most of those people would pay anyway.
Did you go and do research on it?
There's
Nothing.
nothing in the past 3 years. I'm
Wow.
the only one. So
Did
I,
you Google it? Maybe it's somewhere
yeah,
else.
I looked. Fraggle Rock. I think it's like I forget what year. It's an old one.
I'm sure it's 80s.
Yeah, 83. But I don't know. I mean, I'm still happy that I got $16.50. I think I paid probably about 10 or 15 bucks for a whole bunch of balloons, like vintage balloons like that. So whatever I paid, it was
You
cheap.
got all your money back.
Oh yeah, so I gotta be happy about that. But all right, so we're already past the hour mark. You
Wow,
wanna
we
knock
are.
out some trivia?
Let's knock out some trivia. All right, what do we got?
All right, let me see. Pull it up on here. I had to send it from the phone that we're recording from to this phone, so I had it. So, all right. So I kind of did a video game themed a little bit this week for you.
Okay, all right.
All right. So I told ChatGPT to make it video game themed, so there are some video game reselling questions.
All right, let's.
Okay. You guys know the deal. We're still waiting. Come on now. Just comment a correct answer that Jay gets wrong. If he gets all right, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No gift card for you.
No gift card for you. I probably ain't gonna get them all right, but
And again, it's McDonald's gift card. All right, let's test Jay.
dum 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 dum. I'm loving it.
I need to get a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Number one. What is the number one reason resellers have trust issues with flea market vendors? A. Their handshake is too strong. B. They call everything vintage, including last year's Madden game. C. They insist their $5 sticker was a typo and meant $50. Or D. They sell the box but not the game inside.
I'll go with C.
Nope. It's B. They call everything vintage, including last year's Madden game.
Oh wow.
Nobody's buying Madden games like that.
No.
Any sports game anymore. Especially, we're going to pause this for a sec. What is the going rate for the NCAA football that used to be valuable? Since the new one came
wow,
out,
dude.
did it drop a lot?
It dropped a lot.
Yeah, I was sure.
$35 now.
Probably even less.
$30. Yeah, I'm curious now. NCAA 14. Let's see where that's at. NCAA
This is when McDonald's is going to come in and sponsor our
40 like $35 to $40.
Wow.
Yep. $35 to $40.
It used to be over $100 game.
Over $100 game.
Yep. Hey, that's why you got to sell stuff quick and not have a death pile like us.
Yeah, you're right.
Never know when the crap is going to depreciate.
You never know.
Yep. You bought it for $1. Well, you're only getting a quarterback.
Yeah, that's it. You should have sold it when you had the chance.
It's trash.
Trash.
All right. Number 2. What does CIB mean in recent?
Complete box.
Yep. I don't know why that was like the easiest question ever. Come on now. ChatGPT with the failure. Number 3. A vendor offers a rare copy of Mario Kart for $75. How do you know it's fake?
What?
A. Mario is riding a scooter, not a cart.
A.
Wait, jeez. B. The case says Nintendo.
Well, they're all wrong.
C. The disc is actually a burned CD labeled Mario Kart.
Did you say Mario Kart on the 64?
Huh?
Did you say Mario Kart on the 64?
No.
Okay, just
No,
Mario.
it just said a rare copy of Mario Kart for $75. Or D, all of the above.
All the above.
Man, now I want a Mario Kart scooter game.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, there's none
made
of
by
them.
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Oh my gosh! I'm just gonna make a video game called Nintendo.
May I play Nintendo?
Sounds like a Star Wars character or something.
Yeah. May I play Nintendo?
All right, number 4. What is a reseller's mortal enemy at flea markets?
Other resellers.
Are you gonna read these for me? Because that's literally what the first answer is. A. Fellow resellers. B. Grandma asking for games for her grandson. C. Vendors with no lowballer signs. D. eBay app updates at the wrong time.
Oh wow. I'm gonna go. I'll go with A.
A. Nope.
Probably B. Grandma asking for.
D. eBay app updates at the wrong time.
That's horrible. Yeah,
horrible. Have you ever not been able to get into your eBay app?
Yes.
My phone died.
Yeah, my phone died. I forgot to pay my phone bill. It happens to me. I'm like, what?
It does.
What?
Yep. It does. It does. It happens. I've had to pay my phone bill I had to stop and get Wi-Fi at a coffee shop to pay my phone bill on my way to yard sales.
That's terrible. It is.
Yep. But I had to do it because I forgot. All right, number 5. What's the fastest way to lose a sale on eBay? A. List an item with free shipping. B. List an item as untested and is clearly broken. C. Forget to blur out your reflection in a shiny disc. D. Call a Sega Genesis a Nintendo Genesis.
D.
Yep. There we go.
I've seen it happen. People
Hey,
on
really?
Facebook. Yeah.
Oh,
People on Facebook selling to be like it was Nintendo PlayStation. They use PlayStation 64. They've done all types of
Oh
different.
yeah, I've seen like older ladies at yards garage sales and like I think I got some Nintendo games back there and they pull out his Xbox
Yeah, what? Yeah, that's not Nintendo.
or Atari.
One of the funniest things, I was watching this guy on YouTube. I'd say probably 5 or 6 years ago, and he was talking about people going to garage sales and stuff, asking for Margio games. Right? He goes, "You got these people. They just know that video games are valuable. They go into the Margio games. You got any
Yeah,
Margio games?" And I'm like, man, I was like, yeah, I can imagine people doing that. Weekend comes around. I'm at the flea market, and I'm in the booths in the inside.
yeah.
One of the guys comes around and he's talking to me. You got any Margio games? I'm like, oh my! I said as loud as day. Oh my god, dude! It was like the same thing happened. What the guy on the YouTube was talking about happened to him. Guy coming around asking for Margio games.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
like, dude, they didn't know. They don't know nothing about video games, but they'll ask for Margio. There's no such thing as Margio. You don't even know what you're talking about.
it's hard. I always hear people saying, "You got any Baltimore Oreos?"
Yeah, Baltimore Oreo. These are Baltimore Oreos. That's crazy.
All right. Number 6. What's the biggest giveaway a vendor just Googled their prices? A. They use phrases like trending on TikTok. B. They say, let me check the current comps. C.
Mm.
They charge $300 for Wii Sports. D. All of the above.
All the above.
That was a given. Like I
Yep.
need to filter through these all of the above questions. $300 for Wii Sports. Who the heck is charging $300 for Wii Sports?
These people think, man. I've seen people try to sell Wii Sports for $70. This game is really valuable. It's the most it's the most produced Wii game in
Yeah,
history.
but it's the most popular one because it's crazy. You
And
can't have a Wii without Wii Sports, so I guess
there'd be
that's
something
fine.
like 80 million of those Wii Sports
There's
games.
there's more Wii Sports games than Wii's.
And then Wii's like, well, no, what actually there's not. There's 100. They sold 110 million Wii's. I think they sold 80 million Wii Sports.
I bet you right now they're closer to the same though. Doesn't matter what
They might be, yeah, because of the Wii.
because yeah, because
Yeah,
the consoles probably went up, and broke down over time. From if somebody it's easier to find a disc that just has been sitting there and not been played or
yeah.
something like that.
I'll tell you what. Give me 80 million Wii Sports. I'll sell every single one of them things.
There you
They
go.
sell. I like. Why
Yeah,
does everybody need Wii Sports? I don't understand this.
I don't know either. Get their bowling on
Yeah, I mean, like,
play
who
some
don't have
tennis.
Wii Sports by now? I mean, I guess people are just starting to. Oh, I got a Wii now. I need Wii Sports or something. I don't know,
Yeah,
but that many? I'm not
yeah.
understanding.
I mean, I guess say if I had a Wii, well, I do have a Wii. Whenever I get through my death ball and want to bring it down and test it and play, I might need a copy of Wii Sports. I might have someone even somewhere, but I have no idea.
I have a Wii that I put on eBay, and I haven't sold it, so I took it off a couple months back. It's still in my boxes downstairs, but it was a complete Wii in a sports edition in the box.
Okay. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign.
I know. No, it's a new offer for
Okay.
a Blu-ray.
Okay. That's not that.
I'll probably accept it. Not bad. Yeah,
Accept it. We want to hear the cha-ching live.
yeah we'll hear the ching live.
Come on. We want to hear the best sound in the world.
I love that. Let's see. All right, let me find it.
But we both cha-ching today on here.
We did.
Wow. That's a first.
Hold on, let me find it. Hold on, let me see it. Some new offers. I just want to make sure it's okay.
Yeah, I know. I always have to make sure and check it over before I accept too.
Yep.
One time I don't.
Yeah, it'd be.
I had free shipping on it or something, like the buyer had a note in there asking me to ship it to a different address or
I
something.
just I just accepted it. So
We're waiting. Come on. How long does it take to cha-ching?
how long does it take to cha-ching? All right, we're gonna give it. It's
It's like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
one, a two, a three.
Man, I don't. This is
Yeah, I
really
know it's
delayed.
24 seconds now. Yeah, that's something else.
It doesn't want it cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Right now. Oh, nope. Jeez.
Cha-ching. Come on, bro. What's going on?
They changed their mind. They don't want it anymore.
They changed their mind. Yeah, they just put in for what is that?
The same time you accepted, they retracted.
They retracted.
All right, we're gonna go on with the game,
Yeah.
the trivia. Okay. Number 7. What's the most accurate description of selling a used console as is? A. It's just missing a power cord. Promise. B. As is means probably broken. C. Definitely works, but you can't return it. D. Just don't plug it in.
B.
B. Yep. Correct.
As is always means
Yep.
probably broken.
Usually, I mean, at that point, just say broken.
Yeah,
You know,
you just tell them it's broken. Well,
for
I
part.
wouldn't want to return back, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
but there are people that do that.
Yep. I think
Which is
somebody on Resell Leftovers has got a return like that, where I think that if I'm not mistaken, that they sold something or something that came back and it was broken.
yeah, I don't want the hassle of it, to be truthful with you.
I think it was that.
I want to make sure it works. I'm not going to sell anything, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to make sure I put it down there in the header
Yeah.
for parts, and then make sure and then put in the description. This is for parts only. Does not. I don't know. Never tested it.
I put it in the title. I put it in the description.
Yep.
You know,
But
sometimes sometimes if you feel uneasy about it, I may even message them before I ship it.
Yeah. But sometimes I've sold things for parts and or repair that I've never tested, and then I got it back, and they said thank you for that. It was a deal too, and it worked. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I just didn't
Yeah.
maybe have a power cord or whatever it was. I just sold it for
There's
parts.
certain things like that. Yeah. I think I've done it a couple times where I had no idea. I don't know what it was. I think.
But I'm good with it.
Yeah. I think there was some kind of train or something like that I had that I couldn't test or something.
One of the worst ones I've ever done. I wish I would have tested it. It was uh, a light that went on top of a patrol car,
Mm-hmm.
and I had it in my def pile.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could be that late to the party.
I had it in my def pile and I sold it. It was pretty rare. I sold it for $199, not working. Don't know, didn't test it at all. And they got it and they sent me back, said it, and I actually messaged them, and I said, let me know, if it worked, when you get there, because I don't know, I didn't know how to test it. And then I watched a video like I should have tested, I could have tested it,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked. And if it worked, I should have sold it for more money. It was like a $500 some odd light.
Yeah.
But
I mean, everybody I think has stuff like that. And the thing is, if you had it in your death pile, it's never going to sell unless you take the time to do it. It's no different than, okay, you know how many autographs and signatures I buy all the time? I cannot always figure out every single signature. You know how many times I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of seeing this sitting here. I'm going to list it as an unknown signature. I don't know who it is. I'm going to list it as unknown. Give somebody a shot, maybe get a deal. Especially, I've had times where I've had multiples of them, and like maybe I think 3 or 4 signed baseballs was by the same person. Just bought a collection and just I can't figure out who this signature is. post it on there. It sells, and I just message them kindly, and I'm like, hey, by chance, after I shipped it to them,
Right.
I don't want them to think anything, but I'm like, hey, do you happen to know who this is? They tell me, then I can list the other ones knowing, but it's just get it out there. Like if it's going to take me that much time and effort to figure out a single signature
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to sit there, I'd rather just get my money back.
Yep.
There's plenty of signatures I can figure out, but I can't figure out every single one.
Nope.
Especially the way these guys sign now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just.
Oh my gosh!
Like who is that, man? Like
there's some of them. It's just like an X or
yeah,
or just one letter, or not even a letter. It's a line.
yeah. It looks like It looks like maybe a whatever, and then it's whoop. It's like what? I don't even. Couldn't begin to tell you.
All right. So I guess you know what I'm going to do for Triple R collections. I'm just going to start signing 3 dots. 3 dots. That's it. That's my signature.
Yeah, just read that your signature, but you can make your signature that.
Yeah,
by law you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that for just your regular signature.
Yep. All right, we got off track of trivia again.
Yeah, we did. Okay, let's.
All right. Number 8. What's the unofficial mascot of reselling retro games? A. Wario, because he's always after treasure. B. Luigi, overshadowed but reliable. C. Sonic, gotta flip fast. D. Donkey Kong, just throwing barrels, aka bad deals.
A.
Nope. It's C. Sonic, gotta flip fast.
Gotta flip fast. Yeah?
Like that.
Gotta flip fast. Hey, Sonic! What's that, Tails?
That's pretty good. I was watching a classic, like one of the classic cartoons of Sonic not that long. Yeah. After I went to that convention, I'd gotten
pretty good. I mean, you watch.
Yep, I got on this Sonic kick that I was watching all this stuff.
There's a little SpongeBob.
Number 9. Why do eBay sellers love finding sealed games at flea markets?
They're worth more money.
A. They think it's a hidden gold mine. B. The vendor didn't check the comps. C. It means no fingerprints to clean off. D. It's the closest thing to finding a unicorn.
B.
Nope. D. It's the closest thing to finding a unicorn.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it depends.
I've found a unicorn and they kick back.
Yeah. Well, maybe this video game unicorn will kick back some money to me.
Yeah. Ooh.
Paycheck.
Yeah. Have you ever found any good sealed games at the flea markets?
No, I haven't. I can't say like nothing that's been over $15 or $20.
Yeah. I found some good ones.
I'm sure you have.
I found some really good ones.
Yeah. Not sealed, like I said. I found other games that were decent, but nothing sealed.
Yeah. I found some good ones. But
sure.
You can't find them anymore.
Nope.
They're really hard to find.
Oh yeah. And then halftime my issue is halftime you gotta worry about if it is a good one, is it resealed?
Yeah, is it reseal?
Believe me, if I find one, I'm coming to you and we're like, hey, double check this for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I've studied on seals and
yeah. Well, I'm sure you would know so much more.
Yeah. They're I've seen a lot of seals in my life. And I've seen a lot of bad seals in my life.
Bad seals?
I tell you, and then there's seals that people say, oh, don't never even existed. Next door to me, the guy died in the house and left everything. They were doing a sale. I go in there and I walk into the basement. And the first thing I walked into the basement, I see this 3DS game laying there. And it had it looks like a reseal.
Mm-hmm.
but that's the way they sealed that game because it was like an underground UFO game.
Huh.
And what's it called? Alien. It was Alien. It's the second rarest game on 3DS. It's Alien. Oh man, I can't remember it. Well, anyway, the rarest one is Barbie Pups and Glam. That's like a
Okay.
that's like a $5,000 game.
Really?
Yeah, uh, but this is Alien, the Alien game.
Is it
And I
Alien
got
Chaos?
Alien Chaos, and it was sealed. And at that time, it was worth like I don't know, 500, I think,
And it
400,
hasn't really changed. It's about still about 500.
about 500. Yeah, so it
Right.
was like about 500. I sold it, and there was a big. I think I put it on first. I put it on something, but there was a big debate on it, and then people were, how did I have that? I think it was maybe on Facebook or something.
Hmm.
No, it was something. I put it on something, a forum. I think it was a forum. I put it on a forum, and everybody was debating. But anyway, the way it came out is that game was shipped with one of those crude seals around it.
Uh,
That's just the way it was when it was brand new. But yeah, I paid $1 for it.
wow.
Paid $1 for
That's
it.
awesome. Hey, sometimes you find deals like that,
And then I got a bin of Transformers for $10.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
And knowing I was the first one in there because I lived right next door.
Hmm.
Wow,
Hey,
that was cool.
I mean, sometimes it's like that. I mean, I said before I found 2 packs of 90s Pokemon cards, like sealed packs, $1 a piece, and I got like a couple $100 a piece for them.
That's crazy.
Yep. Right
I
down the
love
street from
finds
me.
like that.
Yep. All right, we got one more question, I think.
Oh, we do? Okay, I'm sorry.
We're just look, we're just have trivia with breaks in between today.
We've been doing just trivia for almost close to 30 minutes. Wow.
Hey, we're trying to keep our viewers involved and want to see this last question.
That's right.
Hopefully it's a good one. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Number 10. What should you never say to a vendor when negotiating? A. Can you go any lower? B. But it's only worth $5 on eBay. C. My grandma had one just like this. D. I'll come back later.
My grandma had one just like this.
Nope. But it's only worth $5 on eBay. Which is kind of true. Like if you, it's difficult because it's like the painful truth. You know what I mean? If it's
But what if it's a lie?
true,
Think about it. Like if the
okay,
guy knows,
yeah,
maybe if the reseller,
I wouldn't just lie like that.
think about it. But what if the reseller knows what it's worth, and you say, or kind of what I think it's worth. He said,
Yeah,
my grandma had one. Used to have one of these. Now he's like, oh, it's that old?
yeah.
It could change the way he thinks about it.
Either way, yeah. I mean, sometimes okay. So like, sometimes, have you ever just had to show them comps to show them that they're way out of the ballpark?
Absolutely.
They're,
And then sometimes most times when I've done it, they're like, well, I'll just hold on to it,
yeah,
because they don't know they think you're like lying to them or pulling up
yeah,
something that what is what it is.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things that I think I've learned to try, unless it's something I really, really, really want. I'm kind of just trying to brush it off. I'm like, yeah, I'll just move on to the next item because the more I waste there trying to argue with somebody that we're just so far apart on, and I'm still probably going to overpay more than I want because we're that far apart from the beginning where I have to say it's only worth $5. It could be like they're asking 100 or something or 50. There's not, I can't get them to come down, and actually, to be fair, if it's only worth $5, why am I wasting time on it?
Waste time with it anyway, right? It just
I mean,
that's true.
the $5 items that I get that I usually have are that if I know I have some online listed, but it's just they're most of the time their items are thrown in the deal or they're part of a deal where I got the better items also with the deal.
Mm,
That was my main focus. I don't specifically want to keep buying a bunch of $5 items, but I usually bought a deal and then there's just $5 items mixed in. I'm not
makes
going to
sense.
sit there and just waste time over one $5 item.
You're right, because there's more on the next one you go to.
Yeah, but even like if I bought a bunch of $5 items, maybe if especially if they were like quantity that's not nearly as bad.
Hmm.
You list one and you just put it into quantity. It's not too bad necessarily, even though you're still not making a ton of money on it because it's $5. But um, if it's just a one-off item and I don't even know why I'm wasting my time.
Right. I if I'm gonna do that, I wouldn't mind quantity, like you said,
Yeah,
quantity, because
yeah,
I mind, like I tell you, I have cases of phone holders that that stick to the windshield and come
yeah,
down to hold your phone, and I got them all in a huge deal. I mean, I literally paid, I don't know, I probably have $5 into 200 of them.
wow.
Yeah, and they're all brand new too. Like I already, like I know I might not be able to sell them on eBay.
Hmm.
It'll take forever. I mean, I could list them and do quantity and sell them like that. But I could take it to the flea market and sell them for like $3 a piece, and so
Yeah,
make $600 off of
yeah,
just something I paid $5 for.
true.
So it matters. Like when I go to buy things like that, what area can I sell that in?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's quantity like that though, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't hurt to sometimes just throw it on there and then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things that'll keep selling without you having to put any more work into it. The
Mm-hmm.
quantity items are very good if you can find them. I feel like I've been finding, me personally, I find less and less of them. Not as much as I used to, but when I do find them, they can be good for a while. I mean, even like a few years. I don't. It's a listing that keeps going on and on. I bought these dog toys a couple years ago or so, and they've been selling. I'm not making a ton of money on them at this point because I had marked them down and I paid like $2 per dog toy. But if I'm selling them for anywhere from like $7 to $10 a piece, I think in the past week I think I've sold like about 5 or 6 of them. You know what I mean? That's still a little, and I didn't have to do anything extra anywhere because it's been listed.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's good for the
you know,
quantity stuff. It is.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not going to make much off of these on
no,
eBay. They might sell for they might sell for $12 free shipping or
I
something.
mean, most of the time when you find a quantity item, that's the thing too. I feel like most of the time when I find it, it's nothing that's going to be like really crazy,
Hmm.
like really good. Because if it was really good, you probably would have to really pay up for it. You know,
Yeah.
what I mean? Because people are like, "Oh, here's a whole case of these."
Hmm.
And I don't know, just most of the time when I find a whole case of something, um, that's quantity, it's not usually over $10. To be
Yeah.
fair,
Yeah. That's
not
true.
not very often. And I'm okay with like if I have 20 to 50 of something that's worth $10, and I paid a couple of dollars for a piece for them. That's not honestly that bad
No, it's
because
not.
it just sells over time. Um,
So so with that, talking about that, that's probably that could be a strategy of reselling. But is there anything you're going to do next year that's going to be anything different that you plan
oh,
on doing this year?
you want to pull that on this episode? I thought we were gonna wait one more.
Let's wait one. Yeah, let's wait one more.
Let's
You're right.
we just gave them the preview to next week's
You
episode.
got the previews the next week episode. Yeah, we're going to talk about what we're going to do different next year
Yep.
than we do
Yep.
this year.
We already talked about what we're not doing this year anymore.
We already talked about we're not going to do this. And if you haven't,
There's one thing.
one,
No more buying.
I tell you though, uh, I've done a good job with I did some investing in XRP and Bitcoin.
Okay.
And reselling because I'm about to sell some of it. Um, Bitcoin hit $103,000
Yeah, I heard.
today, and XRP went up to almost $3. So it dropped a little. I'm waiting for it to go back up.
Yeah,
So I'm looking at selling some of that and then buying some new stock. So
there you
yeah,
go.
yeah, I think
I don't mess with any of that. I should probably get into doing
yeah,
something.
even doing a little bit. It's make a little bit of money. I mean, that's
Yeah,
I've already sold some, put some stuff in savings accounts and stuff. So yeah, it's been a good March.
my stock is my death pop.
Thought yeah,
It goes up and down if I wait long enough.
if you wait long enough, yeah. I mean, my wife she did pick up a couple things up for me. Picked me up some more cameras.
Hmm.
Uh, and I'm not buying. I said I wasn't buying. I'm not buying. Picked me up a Super Nintendo game and 3 cameras, the Sure Shots ones and the
Well,
Sony.
that's on her.
Yeah, and she's feeding it to me, but I can't blame her to. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
it's three
sometimes.
hundred dollars worth of stuff she got me. Like
Yeah,
I have to get chargers though. I don't have any chargers.
see, that's the trick. I just have to take my wife with me to the flea market and say, "You buy for me."
Yeah, you buy for me, honey.
We'll walk around together, and I can't buy unless you buy it. Well,
That's
now,
like
you know what I mean? Like because there's no doubt that when we go, regardless, she's still like, "Oh, that," she'll look stuff up, and so that's my
that's
trick.
a
I'm
good
gonna
one.
take her to the flea market and
Yep.
like, "Oh, we're just gonna go do some Christmas shopping." It's like, I'm kidding. I'm done. I'm done for the year. Nope.
I haven't. I haven't bought a single Christmas present. I haven't bought a single Christmas present.
I did.
I haven't.
I bought some.
Yeah. I will.
I fell into buying some. What? I guess I tried to buy stuff on Black Friday night, and then something happened. Like I couldn't get it to go through or something like that. And luckily, the place I was buying it from still had the same sale the next morning.
Good. Yeah.
But it was a pain. I went to bed like, well, I just wasted a freaking hour on here. I can't even buy it.
That's great. Yeah. I've done
Like
that one
about
time.
stuff.
Wait for midnight to pop up, and I
Yeah,
had to because I know everybody and their brother would be after the same object, and I find I got in there and got what I wanted. But
yeah. I seen all the um a bunch of people on the autograph book Facebook page I belong to going to. I've done this before. You can go to Barnes and Noble and get a bunch of autograph books that they hold on till Black Friday, and they'll put them out. Like they had Keanu Reeves autograph books. Trying to think who else they had. Whoopi Goldberg. I think some of them had Natalie Portman,
mm,
Jimmy Fallon. I don't know, but I don't think at the end of the day you can make too much money on them. I mean, it's
yeah,
not too bad, but it is cool because you can't necessarily buy them very easily.
yeah. Well, they have a lot of autos out there. I think I think they sign a lot of autographs.
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah.
I mean, with the books, it can be a little more, but at the end of the day, the books, a lot of people do because it's literally the cheapest way to get an autograph by some of those celebrities. That they'll literally cut the signature out of the book and then frame it with a nice photo of them in their
Mm-hmm.
family or something like that. I even
That's
seen
a
some
little smart
make
thing to do.
custom cards out of them.
Wow.
Because I mean, come on, you can't beat a Keanu Reeves autograph for like it was probably around $30.
Yeah, $30, 27.99 or
If
whatever
you
it
go
is.
to a convention, if he does, I don't even think I don't not that I know of that he's done conventions, but I'm sure he's over 100, like probably 200 or 300, maybe. I don't know.
That's crazy, bro. That's I don't know.
Yeah,
I see Keanu Reeves. He's kind of like maybe the most down to earth kind of guy, though.
yeah,
He walks around with just
has done something. He had a comic book not that long ago.
yeah, the comic book. Yep.
Yeah, so he is cool. Like, it, From what I've seen the videos, I've seen he's really cool with fans, interacting with them.
Yeah, which is cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure he signs autographs too. Like.
Yeah.
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 But I know we're coming close to the end of this episode here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So tune in next week to figure out what crap we shouldn't be doing next year.
Yeah,
what else?
What crap should we do? And if you've stayed in this long, write down in the comments what crap we shouldn't be doing next year.
Yeah.
And don't be funny and save this podcast.
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this podcast. Don't do that.
Oh my gosh. Reselling. We shouldn't be reselling. We just quit.
We shouldn't be reselling next year. You guys suck at it. All right. Well, anyway, we love you. Thanks for joining.
See you guys.
Bye.